Hey guys, welcome into another episode of Inside 300. I'm your host, Brian. We're going to get you caught up on the weekend that was in the world of Disney and Universal in just 300 seconds. So, let's start the clock. Ever so slight progress has been seen for the highly anticipated Moana experience near the front of Epcot. Back in 2019, Disney shared their all-new vision for the park, featuring soon-to-be-built neighborhoods within the Future World section. Inside the revamped area will be the all-new attraction themed after the story of Moana. Now remember, this was never intended to be a ride, but instead a walkthrough experience that, according to Disney officials, lets guests interact with magical and living water in a beautiful and inspiring setting. At the time, we do not have an opening date for the attraction. However, it is nice to finally see some dirt moving around. At BioReconstruct shared both aerial and in-park views of the progress. We'll keep you up to date when Disney makes further announcements. As for now, we've always got the jumping waters near Figment. Throw on some Moana music and you can get the light version of what's to come. Unlike Walt Disney World, Universal Studios Orlando has brought back nighttime quote-unquote spectaculars for guests, which means on certain nights, visitors can watch the park's cinematic celebration beginning at 9 p.m. Now, included in the nighttime projection show is a section devoted to the Olympics, and more specifically, the Tokyo Summer Games, which begin in just a few months. The Orlando Informer recorded the segment that takes place before the actual cinematic celebration. Keep in mind that Universal's parent company, Comcast, also owns NBC, who, you guessed it, is airing the Olympics. Here's a shot of the entrance of Universal captured by ear-to-ear magic that shows a banner celebrating the start of the Summer Games that were supposed to start in 2020, but were postponed to 2021 due to the pandemic. If you were planning on taking a stroll down Sunset Boulevard in the 30s, or visiting a galaxy far, far away, or even playing in Andy's backyard at Hollywood Studios, we have some good news for you. You'll have even more time to do it. That's because Walt Disney World has updated its website to show new extended hours for Hollywood Studios in July. Previously, the hours were 9 a.m. to 7, with park hopping taking place between 2 and 7 p.m. for all of July, but Disney's given you that extra hour and pushing the closing time to 8 o'clock. Have no fear, Mears is here. The bus company who partnered with Disney to provide Disney's Magical Express service to and from the airport is slowly updating guests on how they may be able to book a ride starting in 2022. Of course, Disney announced that the Magical Express service would be shutting down beginning on New Year's Day of next year, but Mears said they would continue offering guest transportation from MCO to WDW and back in a different capacity. The new service, titled Mears Connect, has updated the official website to say that the shuttle bookings will open up in summer of 2021, which is technically in just 20 days. Once pricing is available, we will let you know. And yes, I said pricing because unfortunately the new service will not be free for resort guests. Social distancing stickers are being removed from the grounds of Walt Disney World. This comes a few weeks after Disney announced that they will reduce social distancing within their parks in a phased approach. This photo was captured near Pop Century prior to boarding the Skyliner, which we previously had reported was now boarding multiple groups in singular gondolas. Rides within Magic Kingdom are also losing their social distancing queue stickers, while attractions like Tower of Terror are even filling entire rows. So Disney is going full steam ahead with their attempt to return to normalcy. Now talking about Emma Stone's Cruella, which opened in theaters just before the weekend. The Disney live-action hit has achieved an enormous audience score on Rotten Tomatoes at 97%. That's 24 percentage points higher than the critics' average. For comparison, Disney's last live-action remake was Mulan, and that scored nearly an identical 72% on the critics' scale, but left audiences wanting more with an audience score of just 48%. Now, I was a huge fan of Cruella. I put it at the top of my live-action list, right next to Aladdin. I recommend seeing it just for Wink the dog alone. Memorial Day at Disneyland Resort proved to be one of the busiest days for the park since reopening just over a month ago. Wait times at California Adventure included one for 135 minutes for Radiator Springs racers, according to the Disneyland app. The highlight of reviewing waits on the app came when guests checked Disneyland's queue times, and lo and behold, Move over, Big Thunder. The original railroad is reigning supreme. That's right, a 75-minute wait for the original Disneyland attraction at around 3 p.m. local time. Now keep in mind, the train is keeping a number of rows empty to ensure guests have ample room to social distance. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Inside 300, presented by InsideTheMagic.com. We'll be back on Thursday at 8 a.m. Eastern to let you know what's been going on in the worlds of Disney and Universal over the last 2 days. See you then.